I had nearly given up on everything. My old bones ached, and the world seemed dimmer with each passing day. My family, vast and sprawling, was scattered across the country. They visited when they could, but I often felt alone in my thoughts. My health had taken a turn for the worse, and with it, my memory had begun to falter. The days blended into one another, and the memories of my past seemed like distant echoes that I could no longer grasp. But there was something I couldn't quite put my finger on, that nagged at the back of my mind. A memory, long buried, of a fortune I had once hidden away. In my younger days, I had been quite successful, investing wisely and accumulating a significant sum of money. But as the years wore on and my health declined, I had forgotten where I had hidden it. The thought of that fortune, lost somewhere, haunted me, especially knowing that it could help my family, who were struggling in their own ways. I tried everything to recover my health and sharpen my mind. I visited doctors, took medications, and even dabbled in alternative therapies, but nothing seemed to work. My frustration grew, and I felt more helpless with each passing day. Then, one evening, as I sat in my favorite chair by the window, my niece, Emily, came to visit. She was a bright, spirited young woman with a passion for life that I envied. She had always been close to me, perhaps sensing the loneliness that I tried so hard to hide. That evening, as we sat together, she told me about something that had changed her life, manifestation. "Grandpa," she said, her eyes shining with excitement, "you can do anything you set your mind to. It's all about belief. You have to visualize what you want, feel it as if it's already yours, and the universe will bring it to you." I chuckled at the idea. It sounded like some new age nonsense that young people believed in these days. But Emily was persistent. She told me how she had used manifestation to land her dream job and how it had brought so much positivity into her life. "Just try it, Grandpa," she urged. "What have you got to lose?" I sighed, thinking about the years I had wasted in frustration and pain. Maybe she was right. What did I have to lose? So I agreed, if only to humor her. That night, as I lay in bed, I closed my eyes and tried to visualize myself as healthy, strong, and full of life again. I imagined myself walking through the park without a cane, playing with my great-grandchildren, and most importantly, I imagined myself remembering where I had hidden that fortune. At first, it felt silly, and I almost gave up, but Emily's words echoed in my mind, and I decided to keep trying. Every night, I visualized my healthy self and felt the joy of being free from the ailments that had plagued me for so long. I imagined the look of surprise and happiness on my family's faces when I found the fortune and shared it with them. I felt the warmth of their love and the pride of being able to provide for them. Even in my old age, days turned into weeks, and slowly, I began to notice changes. My pain wasn't as severe, and I found myself with more energy. My mind felt clearer, and my memory, once a foggy mess, started to sharpen. It was subtle at first, but undeniable. I could recall conversations, remember where I had placed things, and even started solving crossword puzzles again, something I hadn't been able to do in years. Encouraged by these changes, I continued to practice manifestation. I didn't tell anyone, not even Emily, for fear of jinxing it, but I could feel the transformation within me, and it gave me hope, a hope that I had long thought lost. One crisp autumn morning, as I sat on the porch sipping my coffee. It happened. A memory, vivid and clear, flashed before my eyes. I saw myself, much younger, walking through the woods behind our old family home. I was carrying a small chest, filled with the money I had saved over the years. I had hidden it under a large oak tree, marking the spot with a pile of stones that I had carefully arranged to look like a natural formation. My heart raced as I realized that I had remembered the location of the fortune. It was as if a veil had been lifted from my mind, and everything was suddenly clear. I knew exactly where I needed to go. I called Emily and told her that I wanted to take a trip to the old family home. She was surprised but agreed to drive me there. As we arrived, memories flooded back. Happy times spent with my wife and children, the laughter of family gatherings, and the warmth of a home filled with love. I led Emily to the woods, my heart pounding with anticipation. When we reached the old oak tree, I felt a surge of emotion. The stones were still there, just as I had left them all those years ago. With trembling hands, I began to remove the stones, one by one. Emily watched in silence, her eyes wide with curiosity. And there it was, the small chest, buried beneath the earth. Tears welled up in my eyes as I lifted it out of the ground. It was heavier than I remembered, and I could feel the weight of the years that had passed since I had last seen it. We brought the chest back to the house, and as I opened it, I saw the stacks of money, untouched and waiting. It was more than I had remembered, enough to help my family in ways I had only dreamed of. I shared the fortune with my children, grandchildren, and even my great-grandchildren. The look of joy and gratitude on their faces was worth more than all the money in the world. They couldn't believe that I had remembered, and when I told them about the manifestation, they were amazed. Emily was right. It was all about belief. I had spent so many years trapped in my pain and frustration, unable to see a way out. But once I opened my mind to the possibility of change, everything shifted. My health continued to improve, and I spent my remaining years surrounded by the love of my family. I had always been a man of few words, but I made sure to tell them every day how much they meant to me. The fortune had brought us closer together, but it was the love and connection that truly mattered. As I sit here now, writing down my story, I am filled with a sense of peace. I know that I have lived a full and meaningful life, and that I have left a legacy that will endure long after I am gone. I am grateful for the journey, for the lessons I have learned, and for the love that has sustained me. And to think, it all started with a little bit of belief and the power of manifestation.